More Americans are looking to move to Africa. Y'all, hey, we already know this, man. We already know the movement. You feel me? It's been going crazy. And Speed has only helped this movement even more. You know, we've been on this before Speedy even started his tour. That's crazy. Like, you go back to our reactions, we've been on this before the tour. But the Speed's tour has elevated this even more, bro. People are really seeing Africa. And more people are wanting to move, invest. You feel me? I know y'all heard about the Diddy family in the move. I just react to it the other day. Make sure you guys go check it out. But yeah, a lot of Americans are wanting to move to Africa, man. Let's check this out, man. Y'all new here, smash that sub button. I know y'all see my new fresh cut. You know what I'm saying? I had to get me a haircut on the road to 100 thou wow. You know what I'm saying? Let's check this out, y'all.
South Africa as an American expat, and I'm looking to make this move a little bit more permanent than it's already been for me and my family. Right now, I have just now decided, you are the first person to hear this. I want a farm. I want a farm. I want it soon. I want land. I want a few animals, like maybe a small petting zoo, but definitely some
small petting zoo is insane, my baby. But listen, y'all, I've been thinking the same thing, and I've never wanted a farm in my life. But being out here, man, I want some chickens, fam. I want some cows, some goats. You hear me? I'm trying to have me a nice little vegetable garden, all that, bro. Like, I don't know what it is, bro, but you start to thinking stuff like that out here. I never thought about that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I grew up like city area, suburban area, you feel me? Now I want cows and chickens and stuff. Insane, bro.
Somewhere to grow my own fruits and vegetables here in South Africa, and where you come in is the help, okay? Because I'm not rich. Not sure what a lot of people are thinking about us, but let me just go ahead and dispel that myth. That is not the case. And so I don't have 100,000 USD to put down on a property because if you're not a resident, apparently you have to pay 50% of the bond cost up front. If anybody has any other information, please feel free to let me know. If there's another,
that's true. That's true. I've been doing my research too. I think you have to have 50% up front. Whatever it is that you're trying to buy, even if it's a car. I think if you're trying to buy a car, if you're trying to, you know what I'm saying, invest in like a home, land, anything, bro, you have to have 50% up front.
Another way that me and my family could purchase a house without paying 50% of the house cost up front.
I don't think it's just house.
That seems a little bit steep for me, okay? Maybe I need like a rent-to-own kind of situation. Is there an app for rent-to-own?
Is there a such thing as a rent-to-own, y'all?
Or are there some people that you know in Cape Town or either Joburg that have a property that might fit this, that is looking to do a rent-to-own or seller-financed kind of thing? I don't know. Somebody just help me.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds dangerous, y'all. Rent-to-own? That sounds dangerous. You get to rent and you'll never own.
In the right direction. I'm not used to this. I don't know what the hell is going on, but they said 50% down, and I'm like, hold on. Let me talk to my cousins, because some of y'all, somebody somewhere has to know something.
So I never asked my grandmother on my father's side anything about Africa. Why? Because my grandmother passed away when she was 33. So I've never met her. But what I did get a chance to do was actually call and talk to her sister.
That's young.
And I did ask her about Africa. And this is what it was.
How you doing?
Hey, Auntie, how you doing? I'm good.
I'm good. What's going on with you?
Nothing much, just relaxing right now. Yeah, I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
So you know how they teach us that, about slavery and everything, and how black people came from Africa. Did great grandma Louise or her parents ever say anything about us being from Africa?
Oh, who you talking about, Mariah? No, they ain't never said nothing like that. They said they was from Smith County, or that's, I guess, the area of Virginia Beach.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you never.
Go a little bit farther than that.
Like county, or it was some corner, I don't know, but I know it's right there, the Newtown Road area.
Okay. So you never heard anything about us being from Africa, right? Okay.
We're not from Africa. We are natives. It's our land. We all know about the slave ships. We're not from Africa.
No, I'm just kidding. What I found astounding is that people don't understand exactly why a lot of these grandmas and stuff say they don't know anything about Africa. It has absolutely zero to do with us not being from Africa. It has absolutely zero to do with you being actually indigenous to this land. One of the biggest reasons why people say they didn't hear anything about Africa is because people don't know shit. For some reason, people tend to think that all the families during the slave times, they all just stayed together and they all just were spreading oral histories and just knew everything. That is far from the truth. Slaves were moved around all the time. And we talk about women, men, and children. A lot of times, children were ripped away from their families.
Yup.
And a lot of times, a baby will grow up in a place where they thought these people were their parents,
right.
but
That's
they really
crazy
weren't.
that's crazy to think about, y'all. Like literally, like y'all know how like dogs, like pets are born. You know what I'm saying? They have they litter or whatever, and then you take one of the babies and you sell it, bruh. That's exactly how they was treating humans, bro. They take the babies and sell them, and you'll never see your real parents again, bro.
No
That's
offense to that
insane.
grandma who was talking about the black Indians
That's
helped
wild.
Columbus out of the river and the water and stuff because, he was in trouble. But she was not telling the truth. Like, where did she get that from? And if someone says, well, she got it from oral histories, how? You telling me all these black Indians somehow back then just had that knowledge? Do y'all even know where Christopher Columbus had landed? And some grandmas make up stuff, like in this video.
Since I was a child, I remember my cousins, my aunts, and other relatives telling me that she was half Seminole Indian. Now, my whole life, I went through believing that my great grandmother was half Seminole Indian, and that
If that's
I
a picture of
had
her, she
Indian in my family.
she do look Indian.
She told me that her grandmother was a slave, and she was a cook for a man named Bootman. That was his last name, and that some of her children were this man's children. So when she got free, she told her children, and she told everyone, that her children were not his, that they were an Indian man's children, because she hated white people and she did not want to be associated with them in any way.
I mean, I have a couple cousins in my own family talking about we are American Indians and that we were never slaves and that,
Y'all know I was told that as well, that I had Indian in me. I was told that as well, bruh. But I did the DNA, y'all can check back the video. There ain't not 1 ounce of Indian blood, and no ounce of none of that in me, bruh.
we've always been here. But I have the documentation and the paperwork to prove that we actually were slaves from that side of the family and that we have not always been here. Y'all literally just heard my grandmother's sister just say that she's never heard anything about us being from Africa. This is one of my dad's DNA matches. He is from Liberia. He is from the Lorma tribe, and he also has Ghanaian ancestry. His family has always been in Africa this whole time.
Bro, how you do this? I want to do
I
this.
will say this. Family historical ignorance does not mean to make up your own narrative.
That was
I will say it one more
detailed. I
time.
want that.
Family historical ignorance does not mean to make up your own narrative. So
Facts.
just because a grandma says, I ain't never heard nothing about Africa, that don't mean anything. And if your grandma said, we always been here, you better make sure you fact check that and fact check it the correct way. Because a lot of you guys, what y'all do is y'all take that information and you try to find things to validate what your grandma said versus doing genealogy the proper way. I already called people on in their videos about their own genealogy, and when I called them out, guess what they did? They didn't respond to the video. For one, some of them, they blocked me, and two, some of them, they just had nothing else to say, and they just moved on because they knew they was wrong for that. So a lot of y'all don't even know how to do proper genealogy.
Why do all that, bro?
Do that shit
Why
right.
lie?
Otherwise, you got somebody like me who's going to come behind you, and I'm going to fact check your information.
Y'all, that video of that man walking up to those people in Walmart and just spread joy tore me up. Y'all hear me? And it's such a happy video. But when I tell y'all I'm over here, I'm trying to collect myself. Like, I cannot stop crying because it was just, I'm really over here struggling, y'all. Like,
I want to see the video.
A reminder to me of how, like, Black people are just such a resilient and joyful and just radiant race of people. And for us to be hated by so many people and like just be so resilient and just so like vibrant, it's just like, it's tearing me up, y'all. Oh my God, y'all. I'm just like, I'm going through it, and don't feel bad for me for crying, because I love myself. I love how emotional I am. I love how sensitive I am, because I get to feel like all the joys of the world from so many different ways, you know? But it's just such a it's just such a surreal experience to be black, you know, and to know that how much hatred we experience. But to see that man walk up to all those different people and just how that energy transferred and just lit those people up and had everybody just dancing. Oh,
I think I know what video she talking about.
I just love us. I really love us.
I think she's talking about the video of the guy that goes to like Walmart and all these different places and he dances with random people. And sometimes they join in and dance with him and stuff. I think she's talking about
everything that we go through. We are just so resilient and just so beautiful and so joyous. It's like black people are really like, I get myself together.
The mask is sleeping. Everything they told Europeans and Americans and people around the world about Africans, that mask is sleeping. All the propaganda, all the years of propaganda of Africans, full of flies and mucus and everything, is sleeping. Because you know what? People like I Show Speed is in Africa. And the comments that people are making is, wow, we didn't actually realize Africa was that nice. The things they told us about Africans, of course they told you those things about Africans. Of course they said all those things about Africans so that they can justify everything that they've ever done to Africans. The enslavement of Africans, the exploitation of Africans, and all the bullshit that Africans have been put through. But you know what?
You better preach.
The truth always comes out in the end. It always comes out in the end. And you know what? Like we always say, shame the devil. Shame the devil. The truth will always shame the devil. Because I Show Speed is showing people in America just how beautiful Africa is. Well, it is.
Speed, man.
Even people who don't have a lot, they're happy. I can tell you now, when I go to Kenya, I'm always so surprised to see just how happy people are compared to the people in the UK or even people in America, just so miserable all the time.
Shout out Speed, y'all. Shout out Speed, y'all. Look, man, comment down below, y'all. Thought, look, on the road to 100,000 on the channel, man. Let me know in the comment section other things you guys want me to react to, man. You know what I'm saying? I be checking out videos daily. You know what I'm saying? Scrolling through my For You, just seeing what, seeing what we can check out together. So yeah, let me know in the comment section if y'all come across any videos I should check out, you know, my commentary on, my opinions on, things like that. Yeah, let me know, man. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Stay tuned for my next, y'all. Peace.